Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sartika. On this occasion, I would like to present my research proposal entitled The Correlation Among Metacognitive Awareness in Writing, Writing Strategy Use, and Writing Achievement of 11th grade students of senior high school in Palembang. Allow me to begin with the background of this study. As we all know, writing is one of the most important skills in English language learning. Writing is not simply about putting words on paper. It is a complex thinking process that requires students to organize their idea, apply grammar, and select appropriate vocabulary to produce meaningful text. At the 11th grade level, students are expected to be able to complete various writing tasks as part of their academic learning. However, in reality, many EFL students still struggle with writing. They often produce texts that are unstructured, unclear, and inconsistent. They also face challenges such as limited vocabulary and difficult constructing grammatically correct sentences. So, what factors are behind this struggle? Based on the literature, two key factors have been identified: metacognitive awareness in writing and writing strategy use. Metacognitive awareness refers to students' ability to plan, monitoring, and evaluate their own writing process. Writing strategy use, on the other hand, refers to the conscious action students take to manage and improve their writing. Although both factors have been studied by previous researchers and have shown significant effects on writing activities, these two variables have mostly been examined separately. No study has yet investigated their simultaneous correlation with writing achievement, specifically among 11th grade students in Palembang. This is the gap that my study aims to fill. Based on this background, my study addresses two research problems. The first problem is there a significant correlation among metacognitive awareness in writing, writing strategy use, and writing achievement of 11th grade students of senior high school in Palembang? The second problem is to what extent do metacognitive awareness in writing and writing strategy use to the writing achievement of 11th grade students of senior high school in Palembang? Accordingly, this study has two objectives. First, to find out whether there is a significant correlation among the three variables. Second, to determine the contribution of metacognitive awareness in writing and writing strategy use to student writing achievement. In terms of significance, theoretically, this study is expected to enrich knowledge and strengthen theories or prior studies in the Indonesian EFL senior high school context. Practically, the finding will benefit English teachers in designing more effective writing instruction, students in applying appropriate strategies more consistently, and future researchers as a useful reference for related topics. Now let me move on to the literature review. In the study, I discussed several key concepts. The first is writing itself. Writing is a productive skill and an indirect means of communication. It is a dynamic and complex thinking process that is deeply connected to metacognitive awareness and strategy decision making. According to Wishon and Burke, writing can be classified into four types: narration, description, exposition, and argumentation. The second concept is metacognitive awareness in writing. This refers to students' ability to understand and control their thinking processes while writing. It involves three key stages: planning, monitoring, and evaluating. According to Scroll and Dennison, metacognitive awareness consists of two main components: knowledge of cognition, which includes declarative, procedural, and conditional knowledge, and regulation of cognition, which includes planning, information management, monitoring, debugging, and evaluation. The third concept is writing strategy use. This refers to the conscious action students use to manage and enhance their writing. According to Tang, Writing strategies can be classified into six types: writing planning, goal-oriented monitoring, goal-oriented evaluation, emotional control, memorization strategies, and metacognitive judgment. The fourth concept is writing achievement. Writing achievement refers to students' level of mastery in producing written text as an outcome of learning. To measure writing achievement, the study used five components proposed by Jacob: content, organization, vocabulary, language use, and mechanics. Now, regarding previous related studies, several researchers have found significant positive correlations between these variables and writing achievement. For example, Ramadanti and Yanda found that metacognitive awareness contributes 66% to writing performance, while Tang et al. Found that all six writing strategy factors significantly predict writing performance. Interestingly, Farahian and Abarzamani found that while most subcategories of metacognitive awareness were positively correlated with writing proficiency, the avoidance strategies show a negative correlation. These findings confirm the importance of both variables. However, as mentioned earlier, most studies examine them separately, which is exactly what my study aims to address. Now let me explain how I plan to conduct this study. This study employs a quantitative approach with a correlational design. I have two independent variables: metacognitive awareness in writing as x1 and writing strategy used as x2, and one dependent variables, writing achievement as y. This study will be conducted in three public senior high schools in Palembang: SMA Negeri 2, SMA Negeri 3, and SMA Negeri 10 Palembang. These schools were selected because they all have an A accreditation and have implemented the Merdeka curriculum. The total population is approximately 1,170, 11 grade students from 31 classes. Using cluster random sampling, one class from each school will be selected, giving a total sample of approximately 105 students. For data collection, I will use three instruments. First, the Metacognitive Awareness Writing Questionnaire developed by Farahian 2070, 36 items on a 5-point Likert scale to measure metacognitive awareness in writing. Second, the Self-Regulatory Writing Strategy Questionnaire developed by Tang et al. 2022, 30 items on a 7-point Likert scale to measure writing strategy use. Third, a writing test score using Brown 2019 rubric to measure writing achievement. Both questionnaires have been validated through confirmatory factor analysis by their original developers. The writing test will be validated through content validity by expert validators. For reliability, the questionnaire will be tested using Converge Alpha through SPSS, while the writing test will use interrogator-reliability through Cohen-Kappa or Pearson correlation. Data collection will be conducted in three rounds. The first two rounds involves distributing the questionnaires on the same day with a total of 45 minutes, and the third round involves administering the writing test with 60 minutes. Finally, for data analysis, I will conduct descriptive analysis to summarize the data, a normality test using Kolmogorov-Smirnov, and a linearity test using one-way ANOVA as prerequisite analysis, and then person-product moment correlation and multiple regression analysis for hypothesis testing. In conclusion, this study aims to investigate the correlation among metacognitive awareness in writing, writing strategy use, and writing achievement of 11 grade students at senior high school in Palembang using a quantitative correlational design. Data will be collected from approximately 105 students from 3 public senior high schools in Palembang. Using two instruments, Metacognitive Awareness Writing Questionnaire and Self-Regulatory Writing Strategy Questionnaire, and a writing test, the data will then be analyzed using Pearson product moment correlation and multiple regression analysis. It is hoped that the findings of this study will provide valuable contribution to English language teaching, particularly in improving students' writing skill, and serve as a practical reference for English teacher in designing more effective writing instruction that integrates metacognitive training and writing strategies into classroom activities. That is all from my presentation. I am open to any question, suggestion, and input from the honorable lecturers. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.